Alright, welcome everybody. Now we're gonna go through all these sabotages. This is gonna be a separate video from the tips and tricks. It's still the same, but I didn't want the tips and tricks to last forever, so I just made two separate. So if you just want to see the sabotages, you can go and just watch this. If you want the tips and tricks, you go watch the tips and tricks video. Anyhow, let's start from the list. We'll start from the top and just walk down the line. So the first perk we got is Feeding Frenzy. In my opinion, one of the best perks, depending on your playstyle, of course. So what this allows you to do is send people you have downed to the pits without having to pick them up and bring them to a hatch. So the best way to play this perk is you kill someone and then you have 60 seconds to run and chase someone else, because it takes 60 seconds to get auto-revived on the ground unless someone is over there reviving them, of course. So if you keep track of time and no one is close to that guy, you can try and run for some other guys as well. Or you can pick him up, bring him close to a hatch and drop him. And usually you have some guys trying to insta-save around the corner. You can try and kill them as well before you activate the perk and send them all straight to the hole. This next one we got is Booby Trap. I wouldn't recommend this perk too much because it's not very that good. What it does, depending on your level, it's gonna activate on 2, 3, and 4 puzzle depending on the level, as you can see on the right. However, what it does is when you activate it, 2, 3, or 4 puzzle pillars are gonna be booby trapped, and next time a survivor interacts with it, it's gonna blow up and it's gonna remove a slight bit of health from them. However, the amount of health that gets removed is not that much, and you're still gonna have to hit them 3 times with Huggy and Mommy, and with Boxy maybe you can get it in 4 hits, but yeah, 4 to 5 hits, so it's not gonna be good on how much health is removed, and the survivors can counter it by just running leader and heal each other. What it also does is when it explodes then and damages them, you're gonna get a little, when the survivors fail a puzzle, you're gonna get that little failed puzzle thing coming up, so you can see which pillar they are on. So if it's a team of players who doesn't really miss on the puzzles, then this can be useful for that, I guess, but there are a lot better options you can use. Next one, I'm not gonna talk too much about this because this is the worst in the game. You should never use this. It doesn't give you an advantage at all, really. So what it does, it removes the HUD from survivors, so they can't see toy parts and where survivors are down and that. But what the survivors will do, after you play the game a couple times, you already know the way around the map, so it's not really gonna affect you anything. And when you finish a puzzle, the toy part is gonna end up right beside you, so just pick it up, drop it in the toy deposit. So I mean, it's not that good. And as a killer, the survivors are gonna listen to your footsteps whenever you kill someone. They can hear that across the map. They just listen to your footsteps where you drop them, and they'll just find the hatch that are around that area. Next one, Living Nightmare. One of the perks that are not that useful, but it's more of a fun one. You can jump scare the survivors a bit. So what it does is it makes the viewer vision a little less. It turns a little foggy, so the survivors can't see that far as they usually can. It says that struggle to navigate the environment, it says, but it doesn't really do that. It's more like directionless, where it's just you can't see that far in front of you as a survivor, but if you know the map, you're just gonna run the same routes. You got the doors you can close on the killer. But that's why I think it's a little bit fun, because if you see a survivor, you can just stand still and let the survivor almost run up in your face before you start chasing them and give them a little scare, which can be pretty fun. But in terms of usefulness, not that useful. Next one, probably one of the best, or the best, depending on your playstyle. We got No Pack. So what this does is it disables the grab pack completely for a total of 25 to 30 seconds. Mixing up the numbers there a little bit because I read 25 on the right there. But yeah, it disables the grab pack completely for about 25 to 30 seconds. and the survivors can repair each other's backpack if they're close to each other. So I would recommend having it level 3, because if it's level 1, it's gonna take him 5 seconds to repair it. Level 2 is gonna take 10, and level 3 is gonna take 25. The reason this is so good is because if you're chasing someone and they're running towards a door or something, you activate it, and they cannot close the door anymore because the backpack's not working. They can't swing across holes, and if you down them, survivors can't insta-save them. You can throw them in the hole if you do it real quick. They can't insta-save them. And also during the chase, everyone else cannot do puzzle pillars or anything, because you have disabled everyone's grab pack for a total of 25 to 30 seconds, which is pretty good. Next one, we got no escape. So what this does is it disables doors and swing handles, or whatever you want to call it, and it also opens all the lockers for some reason. I mean, yeah, that's not really that useful, but it's a little bit useful if you're in a chase and they can't close the doors on you and they can't use swing handles. That can be pretty useful, unless it's on like Toy Factory, because on the swing handles there you can pretty much just do a roll jump over all the pits. But yeah, I would recommend Total Lockdown instead, which we're gonna come to in a second here. But yeah, so it just disables the doors for a little duration, and yeah, doors and the fucking swings. All right, so the next one is Shutdown, which I think is also probably one of the best, together with Feeding Frenzy and No Pack. These three is probably the best that are currently in the game. So Shutdown, what it does, as soon as you activate it, it turns off all the puzzle pillars, and the survivors have to run to 1 out of 2 breakers and repair it before the puzzles turn back on. And it also only has a cooldown on 160 seconds, I think. So it's not the longest cooldown on it either. So you activate it, and the survivors have to run to 1 of the 2 breakers, where you have a 50-50 chance of meeting a survivor. And depending on your level, it's how long it's gonna take until how long it's gonna take to complete the repair. So level 1 10 seconds, level 2 15, and level 3 20. Yeah, that's about it for that. So pretty good one to put pressure on the pillars and stop them from completing the toy too quick. Anyways, let's go to the last one, which is Total Lockdown. The reason I like this more than No Escape is it only closes the doors, but it closes them for 60 seconds at level 3, 45 at level 2, and 30 at level 1. And the cooldown is only 120 seconds, which is pretty good. So once activated, all the doors on the map get closed for a total of 60 seconds. The reason it's a little bit bad is if you mistime it, the survivors get through the door and you block yourself in. And you also block yourself from getting around the map, which is why I would recommend No Pack or any of these other perks as well. But it can be pretty fun as well if a survivor is running towards the door. You activate it and it closes the door in front of them and they're stuck with you and you can just kill them there. So yeah, that's about it for all the perks. Would definitely recommend, just to wrap it up here, recommend Shutdown, No Pack, or Feeding Frenzy as the top picks, depending on your playstyle. So you have to try it out a little bit, see what you like. Then on a good second, I would recommend either Total Lockdown or No Escape. And then after that, we got Living Nightmare and Booby Trap, and then just don't use directionless unless you're memeing around. It's not a good perk. Alright, anyways, I hope this guide helped you guys find the best perks to use, and yeah, just test around a little bit with them, see what fits you the best, and yeah, have fun with the tips and tricks if you're gonna watch that. If not, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.